Hello. Um, Hello everyone. Welcome once again to the Concessions and Confessions podcast. This is our first live streamed slash recorded version. Uh, I'm Steven, for those of you who don't know. This,
I'm Lucas. The
yep,
other half of the duo, and today we have a
yep.
special guest.
This is my friend. Yep,
Yep. I'm Nisa.
yep.
Mhm.
So yeah, today we all saw the Lego Movie. Actually, we saw both Lego Movie and Lego Movie Part Two, and we're gonna give you a little bit of review, maybe just some discussion about what we thought about the first one to the second one, and maybe we'll try to leave spoilers to the end.
Yeah,
Well, for
sure.
the
Yeah.
second movie,
Yeah,
because
for
the
the
first
second
one,
movie, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen the first one,
yeah,
hey, it came out like what 4 or 5 years
I
ago.
think so,
something like
yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah,
been a while.
it's your fault,
Yeah.
basically. Okay, so I guess
So
first
just to
question.
recap, Steven. Oh shoot, sorry about that.
Yep.
What are your opinions on the first Lego movie?
Okay, the first one I actually like a lot. I think it's pretty solid. I didn't see it being as good as it was. Like when I saw the trailers, like I didn't think it was going to be a good movie,
Uh huh.
or nearly as good as it was. Pretty surprised by it. So I mean, I bought it on Blu-ray, so I really liked it.
But did you buy it on discount?
Okay, so here's the thing. I buy all Blu-rays on discount on Black Friday. That's the best time to buy Blu-rays. No, no lies. But yeah. What did you think, Nisa?
So, like, I actually think that I thought the same as you did. When I first saw the trailer, I thought, "Oh wow, this is gonna suck. It looks not that good." But then I saw it with with two of my friends, and I was like, "This is really funny. Actually, I really like this movie." Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we both liked the first one. You, Lucas?
I was so indifferent towards the first one. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah, okay. Like I was not in love with it, but I didn't hate it either. I don't know. And I felt bad about it because everyone in like film circles were like, "Oh my god, this is like the best animated movie in years," and people were really upset when it wasn't nominated for best animated feature.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, I wish I was mad, but I'm not because I don't know why that movie really didn't do it for me. That was the first time I saw it. I saw it in theaters and all that stuff. But today, upon a rewatch, I think I'm a little more appreciative about
Okay.
it, especially the fact that it took so many risks in the field of how it was animated and it was weird.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's just one big commercial. Like, don't try to
Yeah.
lure me in.
Yeah.
It's a commercial for a toy. It's a commercial for different franchises like DC, The Lord of the Rings, like all that stuff.
Middle Zealand.
Middle Sealand,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, is that a game?
Um,
No, no, it's
Oh,
just the little world in
well,
the.
it's
no,
like
but
Middle
like,
Earth,
Yeah, yeah.
which was
oh, okay,
filmed
yeah,
in New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
So
Yeah.
that was
that
the
makes
joke, I
sense.
think. I am sorry for explaining jokes to you guys. uh, but upon this rewatch, I guess I did find it funny,
Yeah.
funnier than last time. Like last
Good.
time, I was just like, okay.
Respected.
But now it's like I think I liked a lot more jokes than I did my first time watching it. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just I didn't get it, I wasn't in the mood, and this time around I was like, I want to enjoy this movie, you know?
No, I get that. So I would say overall, I think the first movie is pretty solid. I think at least there's things to like about it, usually like the comedy. Um, Overall, I as we do on this show, the would you recommend people watch this? I would recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. Um, I don't know. I think it's pretty solid. I do agree though that I could just see every toy that's coming out. Even in the second one, there was toys months before the movie even came out for the
Uh-huh.
second one. Like in stores, you could already buy certain like sets from the movie, and it's crazy. And there's also video games for both movies.
Really?
Yeah, and I
I
don't
was
know.
about to ask you because I remember I think I played a bunch of the Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Star Wars games,
Oh
and
yeah,
those
Yeah.
a
I love
lot of
those.
fun.
Did you play
Uh,
the Star Wars?
I played Lego Star Wars when
Me
I
too.
was like in elementary or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah, that was about the time.
so good.
And I was wondering if there was like a video game adaptation of the movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And have not played it. I don't know if it's the exact same story, but I can't imagine it veers too far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Lego video games were silent.
Yeah.
Like no,
Yeah.
every character was mute. Maybe they made a little like me
Oh, yeah.
noises. Uh, but I mean, it's been years since I played them. I remember having fun, and I think a friend of mine, he was really excited when Star Wars Episode 7 came out
Hmm.
because of the Lego video game that was gonna.
That trailer was like shot for shot a remake of the first
Force
trailer,
Awakens.
the first teaser they released. It was
Uh-huh.
crazy. Like all in Legos.
Mhm.
It was cool. Oh, the Lego animation. I don't know. It was fun.
I guess what are your favorite parts of the first Lego movie?
I would say
Just really briefly.
there's some really cool like sort of POV shots they do where like
Yeah.
people are like running
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the camera's in front of them or something. I thought
Kind
that
of
was
like
really
if
cool.
they had like sticks
Yeah, yeah.
and they just like followed their
Yeah.
footsteps. Yeah, I noticed that
It's
too.
pretty cool. Also like the humor is
Tailor for your taste.
yeah, I think it's pretty spot on. Overall, I mean it's pretty I like it a lot. I mean some of the jokes wow. Some of the jokes I feel like land really well the first time you watch it, but like upon rewatching, not so much. So I don't know. I think it's a movie I can rewatch it. I can definitely rewatch it. I think maybe today I think this was the third time I'd seen it,
Okay.
maybe fourth. But yeah, it was pretty solid. Um, I don't know. I
Mhm.
nothing will beat the first time. I guess.
Sure. Okay.
It's not Spider Man.
I guess I liked it.
Into the Spider.
Podcast all about the Spider Verse coming soon. I promise that.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I guess I can recommend this to anyone who has like that specific kind of
Mhm.
humor, kind of SNL-ish, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, PG SNL
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of humor, but in the way that it's absurd, and people who just like creative animation all around. Like
Yeah.
that's people who I recommend the first Lego movie to.
Yeah.
But what about the second one? What were your opinions about it? I'm interested to know.
Oh, real quick, what did you think?
Oh, about the first one?
Yeah.
I liked the first one. I thought it was really funny.
Is the humor
it, like
tailored-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I could definitely tell. Upon rewatching, she was definitely laughing the loudest out of all of us.
I have a really loud laugh.
I think that's
That's
probably
true.
why I was laughing because laughing is
It
contagious.
made it fun because I
It
was
made it
like, oh,
fun,
someone
yeah.
else is having fun or like
Okay.
equal amount. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, I just didn't want to sound like a weirdo.
No, you don't. You
I
don't.
was
You
like,
don't. You
okay.
good. You good. You good. But like, so the second one, I think the humor is it tried too much a little bit to be like the first one.
Really?
I think so. And a couple of like, I didn't really start laughing until like one of the first things is like where you see Batman like.
Okay,
shooting
we're
his
gonna
little
keep it
harpoons.
like really
These are like light
spoiler-free for
spoilers.
right
They
now,
don't
so
really
there's
have anything
no.
to do with
I
anything.
mean, do you really care about Lego Movie 2 spoilers? Like, I mean,
this is day one or day two
sure.
technically, I guess, if you count Thursdays as being the premiere days now, which I do. But you know, basically, it took a little bit of time for me to actually start laughing.
okay.
I would say longer than the first movie.
Do you feel like the Lego movie, like the first one and then the second one were tailored like towards different audiences? Because I know when we went, there's like a ton of kids there.
There's
and
always kids.
no,
I mean,
when
it's a
I went the
kids'
first
movie.
no, when I went the first time, there were like more adults.
Oh yeah, you know, I think so. Like, I don't know.
Or
it's
maybe not
hard.
adults, but like I guess people like our
I feel like
age.
the second one is also like it's sort of made for the kids who saw the first one.
Yeah.
And they're older now. Like,
Because it's been 5 years, yeah.
I didn't even
There's
realize
a
that.
5-year time skip in the movie,
Yeah.
just like real life.
yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, this movie reminded me a lot of Toy Story 3, as in terms of what it tried to be.
Yeah.
Uh, n- I don't want to even say try to be Toy Story 3 because I don't think that's the case. But there were a lot of similarities, in my opinion. Especially the whole idea of the toddler toys
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like it was parallel to a lot of plot points from Toy Story 3, I thought, but nothing like you couldn't call this like a ripoff of
Yeah.
anyway. Uh, but say like the 5 year time skip in real life and the movie story is just like the 11-year time skip in Toy Story 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Um, and other details from the plot that I was like, but I personally, I think I found it funnier this time around. I don't know why. That was surprising. Uh, I thought I was gonna hate the villain. Well, the villain character.
Oh wait,
Uh,
I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna do
who
anything with my hands.
I don't know. I was just ready to not like that character
Yeah.
because there were a lot more songs in this movie than the first. Like
Yeah,
this
this
one
one is definitely more
borderlines
musical.
a musical,
Hmm.
or if not straight on musical. And I was like, ooh. And like the first song we get that's like sung in character
Yeah.
was the villain. Uh, and I was like, I'm really not gonna like this. But
Yeah.
no, she was pretty funny. I thought.
Oh yeah, I thought she was great. Speaking of the musical, I don't know if we can say this for sure, but do you know the like "Show Me Your Genitals" song guy, like John?
The comedian.
What's his name?
John LaJoy.
John LaJoy. He
Yeah.
apparently he was associated with this movie. It's like I think with
I saw
writing.
his name
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the credits.
I don't know if he
Yeah.
wrote some of the songs or something,
I
but
think
like
original
That's
songs.
yeah,
John LeJoy
that'd be
or
really
whatever.
funny. I
That's
mean, he
wild.
did good stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. Did you like the second one in terms of humor? Which one do you think you
The
like a
first
little more?
one.
You like the first one more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think, do you also think that like sort of it's similarly well to what I said, it also felt like it was trying to be the first one a little bit too much at times? Or
Not really. I don't know. I guess. Mm, I can see where it did kind of try too hard, but I feel like it was its own thing and like it had all new characters and stuff.
yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't really see any parallels. Not really. Like, I guess like in terms of the older characters, yes, but nothing else really.
Yeah. Did y'all like the Rex character?
Oh yeah,
You
Yeah.
liked
I
him?
liked Rex.
I think
I
he
l-
was pretty solid.
I like that parallel. That
Oh
was
yeah.
cool.
Uh, I was also thinking of the fact that this was not directed by Lord and Miller, the
Yeah.
original directors. I mean, they're still the screenwriters, the story, the producing, but they're not directing this. Do you think, from a artistic standpoint, like how do you think this compares to the first one? Honestly, I'd say they look pretty similar in style and execution. Like I
Yeah.
could like what new ideas or kind of concept do you think were introduced in this part, visually speaking or stylistically? I don't know.
Well, there's a
You
little bit of like 2D animation whenever, like at some point when he's traveling through this little like warp hole thing.
but wasn't that in the first one as
y-
well?
Not really.
No.
There's no 2D animation in the first
Okay.
one. I think there's like as far as I can tell, not really like nothing like to that degree. And it was also sort of like there was some interesting stuff. I feel like this movie had less like actual stop motion than the first one.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, wasn't the first one just emulating stop motion?
they
That's
did a
what
lot of it, I think, actually in stop motion as well.
really.
Yeah,
I remember the opposite, but
really.
I'm not completely sure. Like it was just an emulation of stop motion. Like they
It's
just
probably
removed a
true.
couple of frames, but it's all CG.
Interesting.
That's what I remember, but I
Okay.
could be completely wrong.
Well, I guess if that's the case, either way, this one I felt a little bit more like fluid.
Okay.
So like less. I felt like it didn't have as good of a feel for like stop motion as the first one, but I don't know. That was visually that. There's also more live action in this one.
Yeah, definitely a whole lot.
So
Honestly, I felt that the worst part of it, well, visually speaking, the live action section in the first movie, I thought it was not really nicely shot or nicely lit. Like, I don't
yeah.
know, it just seemed like a TV commercial, but not a very good one.
It still kind of feels like that for me in the second one. Like,
Oh, no, no,
do you
what,
think
well,
so?
no, yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, I think it's still that, like, the camera work in the
Yeah.
live action sections are really uninspired. But I guess my point is like the new director really succeeded in imitating the style of the previous
Mhm.
movie. Like I didn't know this wasn't directed
Yeah.
by Lauren Miller, but I wish I had. Like
Oh
a
yeah.
part of me wished like this new director would, like took us to a different direction than the previous movie did.
Yeah.
Like it felt very much like the old movie. I felt like the toddler toys and Queen whatever I want to be.
Yeah.
Uh, there was some really creative stuff and like how they moved and like
Yeah. They did
because
like a new sort of like build style with some of the
yeah
characters where they're like using the regular bricks as opposed to
yeah
like the little like models.
Mhm.
like Queen whatever I want to be like she must have been really interesting to conceive and animate
Mhm.
because she's basically kind of a silhouette if you think about
Yeah.
it. Like her shape is defined by whatever silhouette she represents. So, but yeah, I would have wished that this took it a step further. Like not like something we never seen in the previous movie.
Yeah. I I think it was I don't know. I'm glad that it had it's such a weird line to walk as like a, I guess like a filmmaker. Like if you're making a sequel or something, I feel like you need to do service to the first one while also trying to be different. And it's there's a lot of
Yeah.
like it's sort of similar. Like so you could have the J.J. Abrams and then the Ryan Johnson. I don't think I would ever want a Last Jedi after having like a Force Awakens. So like
Okay.
I know it always comes back to Star Wars. It always does. But like I'm kind of glad that he aired more on the side of like
Being too
imitating the first
similar.
one. Yeah, like being similar than going too far out. But I don't know. It's just I think it was something with that and the humor sort of made it feel a little bit too much like the first one. But I don't know. That's just me. That's
Mm.
just me.
It was a lot more colorful.
I
Yeah.
oh yeah, there was
Oh
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
there was more color.
I don't remember the name of the land where the unicorn cat is from.
Oh, I don't
It
Uh,
was
remember either.
Cloud
basically the
Cuckoo
head of
Land.
Mabel from Gravyland. What'd you call it?
Oh,
Cloud Cuckoo Land.
oh,
Cloud Cuckoo Land.
yeah.
Like
No,
the entire movie takes place in Cloud Cuckoo Land,
pretty
basically.
much yeah.
So even then, you get a little less diversity because the first what 15 minutes is in this like Mad Max inspired
Yeah.
Yeah.
wasteland, and then it's all like Cloud Cuckoo Land.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but spoiler free. What do you think of the story in general? Like, what could you compare it to? Well, no, I guess if that could I don't know. I felt that the twist was coming like a mile away,
Yeah.
but still,
I was kind of hoping they wouldn't do the twist because,
it was too obvious.
yeah, like I was hoping that it was just for once what is actually like it could be. Um, I'm not mad at the twist, but I guess like it could just
But I
I
mean,
don't
the rest
know.
of the story overall,
I would say the
I,
motivations leading up to the twist are kind of like iffy
iffy.
because I don't know. I wasn't super like on board, or also with the other like the story of like in the trailer you see that like some like person in an alien spaceship comes to the
General
like
Mayhem.
yeah just the like General Mayhem. She comes to like what do they call it? Something brick. What are they?
Uh,
Bricksburg or something
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
I
Bricksburg
think so.
and
well, now it's Apocalypseburg.
Oh
oh yeah,
yeah.
Apocalypseburg. And then like basically so you know that someone's coming there and like and that like, the wasteland has it's been like I guess ransacked by the Duplo people or like Lego bot thing. I don't know whatever they have. The
I'm
Lego the
not.
Dup.
I just saw the movie and I'm not following you.
Okay, so like the little like the things at the end of the first Lego movie that sound like children,
Yeah, that's
like those
yeah.
those
Oh, like
type
the
of
machine things?
yeah
Yeah.
those I don't understand exactly why they were attacking them. It doesn't make sense because if they destroyed their world, it doesn't make sense in terms of like the rest of the movie, like with what they tell you later. But I, I don't get their why they're like if they were destroying anything, I don't understand the like the link between
Hmm.
that and like what they wanted. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of a weak plot point or storyline, but I
Okay.
don't know.
I guess before we go into spoilers, I want to ask you guys, who would you recommend this movie to?
Children.
Children?
Definitely children.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
that's the main
yep.
demographic. Like I don't know why, like we watch it because we all have a children inside, but some of us.
We're all children of God.
Aw.
Oh my god, yeah. If you say so.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey.
but yeah, like people who like the first one will probably like this one as well. Like that's my guess.
Oh yeah, especially if
Like,
you were a kid at the time of the first one and you're still like if it's the audience think that this movie's for, I think it has a lot of good messages and things like that. And
but I will say if you didn't like the first one, like, and you weren't ambivalent like I
Mhm.
was, like, it's whatever. But like, if you really did not like the first one, like it was just humor you don't enjoy, or you just hate animation or whatever, like this movie's not gonna change your
Yeah.
mind.
no, I don't
Like
think
not at
so.
all.
It's
It's
so
more
like
of the
okay.
same.
Did you like
Did
the
I?
second one more as overall?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to go into spoilers in order to explain why.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. What about you? Let's just get to that point before we get to spoilers. Did you like the second one or the first one more?
The first one.
First one more? I think I liked parts of this movie. I liked a lot of the music numbers actually.
No,
I
but
thought
which one did you like more?
okay, I
That's
Straight
what
to
thought
we're
the
that
point.
asking.
there's only one musical like aspect to the first movie, and then this movie has more music. So I like the musicals, but I like the first one more as a
Okay,
movie.
thank you.
But I like the musicals in that movie a lot.
So which one did you like
The first
more?
one, the first one, the first one.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
So I guess we're moving on to spoilers.
Oh yeah.
So who wants to start off? How about you tell us why you like this movie more than the first one?
Okay, so the big twist that everyone's so calming a mile away because Chris Pratt's voice is pretty recognizable
Yeah.
is that Rex is Emmett from the future. And that's honestly one of my favorite cliches of all time. Well, not a cliche, but a TV trope that I love.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever the protagonist or a main character or just a character is visited by a dark future version of himself or herself, uh, I love that. Like that's just my thing. Like granted, I've seen this explored way better in different um, uh, different stories, but still, it's like a trope that I've always liked.
Yeah.
And even if you see the twist coming, I feel like it's usually like this trope is more effective when you don't see the twist coming, but yet like seeing it happening in the big screen in a children's movie, in a children's animated movie about toys, is like, yeah, I gotta kind of respect that.
Yeah.
And also, I like the focus that Lucy got throughout the whole movie. Like, she was probably one of the best parts of the first one, and the creators recognized this and gave her a lot of screen time. Like, I would almost argue. It's weird because it's kind of like Emmett's definitely the protagonist the first half of the movie, but by the second half, it's definitely Lucy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
somehow, like they could be one character, like in an ideal hero's journey, it would be one character, but somehow in this movie it gets split up. uh but I did not find that distracting or conflicting with my experience of the movie. um I guess the refreshing kind of twist that wasn't also quite a twist is the fact that Queen whatever I want to be
Yeah.
was not a bad guy because she told you that she wasn't the bad guy in the most
Just
villainous song ever.
yeah.
Um,
That was fun. That was a
that was
fun
fun
bit.
because she was a
Yeah.
fun character
Yeah.
overall.
Also,
So
Tiffany Haddish is great. Like,
yeah,
I think I.
she's been exploding
I
this last
yeah.
year. She's been doing like a movie a month or
It's
something.
impressive, honestly. Good for her too. She
Yeah.
she deserves
Mm-hmm.
it. She's
Yeah,
good at
for
what she
sure.
does. I
And was that her singing?
yeah. Yes, I
think
think so.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then I think she's. I mean, she's not the greatest singer, I guess, but it's kind of like The Rock in Moana.
Oh yeah.
Like he's not the great singer, but he's
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 putting
going
a
for
lot
it.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
passion into it. So he's going into it, and she was too. So a lot of fun from her character and performance.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I didn't quite Wait, so who is the General Mayhem? What was the voice? Do you remember the voice of her?
Ooh, I saw
Wasn't
it,
it
but I forgot.
Kaufman?
Who?
Was it the pirate?
No, no,
Or
no, no.
who's
The
General
The
Mayhem?
helmet.
with the the wings, like the one who comes in the spaceship in the beginning of the movie.
I don't remember.
She was somebody you I don't
No,
remember.
I
but
don't think I.
No,
Oh,
okay.
wait. Stephanie Beatriz, no?
Yeah, that
Mm.
Right?
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is
Cause
she?
she like she comes out. Have you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you told me. I
Yes,
forgot.
yes. She plays Rosa. She's one of the
Oh,
detectives. She has like
yeah.
curly hair and
Yeah.
stuff.
The one
Yeah.
that's like always kind of mean and
Yeah,
has
Yeah.
an
yeah,
angry
that's
face.
her. Yeah, love her.
Okay.
Love her in that show. If I were her though, I would be kind of upset what they did to her in this movie because her voice is so modulated for like
Yeah,
98% of the movie.
I could not tell that was her like
No,
at
yeah.
all.
And I would have loved to like sort of discover that earlier in the movie. Like maybe one of the
Oh,
characters like hits her
w-
helmet and she's like
When her
voice
character
changer.
finally gets the helmet taken off, I was like, I thought it was gonna be someone we knew or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Me
Yeah.
too,
oh,
actually.
it's a character we don't know.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
I guess.
Who are those like Lego people that look like tweens? You know, like
It's probably tween Lego figures.
Yeah.
is
I
it?
don't
It's
know.
got to be new, right? Because they don't even have the same like dimensions as like the little brick guys. You know,
Yeah, they're
not
thinner.
really.
and they're
Mhm.
taller.
They're taller as
So
well.
it's
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird. But
Maybe they're knockoff Legos. It could be.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I mean, not in this movie, but like in universe. I don't know. I don't know. We're probably gonna
maybe
see
yeah,
figures.
maybe they're
of them.
new. Okay, so there's another like twist or whatever. There's a couple twists in this movie. I guess the other one is that these people were apparently created by Emmett with
Wait,
the
what?
like. Do you remember that where
Yeah.
he
It
said, like,
starting
the
with
heart?
the heart thing. Yeah.
So in the beginning of the movie, Emmett makes a heart. He gives it to these little Duplo aliens that you see in the end of the first movie. That's how the movie starts basically, and they eat the heart. Remember, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
supposedly, see that's the thing I didn't understand is
Like
how,
how
they,
it made them?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
I
is
don't
the
get it
thing
either.
that I don't think I quite understand, but it's how the story inside the Lego worlds parallels with the story outside, like in the real life of the
oh yeah,
movie.
that makes no
Like
sense.
it literally makes no sense. Like in this narrative, instead of the child trying to uh, convince his dad to have fun with him and to
Mhm.
play with him, basically, it's two siblings, an older brother and a younger sister, trying to get along and trying to learn to play together. Um, and my reading of the heart is like that was when the older brother accepted his sister to play along with.
Like when he gave it to her?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna create my own world because you gave me this heart,
Mhm.
and I see how you put in effort into these worlds and narratives and characters and how you like this. So I want to be just like you, like because remember that's what General Mayhem tells Lucy. It's like we looked up to you.
Yeah.
So that was my understanding of like when the older brother gave the younger sister the heart. It's like she was inspired to
Mhm.
also create just like her
Yeah.
older brother, but her because she was much younger. You know,
Yeah,
children just like to destroy more than create. Like they don't get to create till they're older,
yeah.
and that's when the time skip kind of kicks in.
Mhm.
But still, like it's confusing. Like
Because you have
if
to
you think
weave
about it, it
those two
doesn't
plot
work.
lines, I think, in to actually get how the other ones are made. Like I
Mhm.
see. Okay, so now that you like laid it out for me, I understand now how like the other like the little tween people are made, because like or like how they come into play. Because by him giving her the little heart, it doesn't mean like so. It means in the real world that's why she started making them, but in the Lego world, that's why
They,
they think that they were made or whatever or something.
I think so. Like the peace offering, like that part, probably in the Lego world created the Sistar uh,
Yeah.
galaxy. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
called?
I think
Okay,
so.
I love the name. things
Yeah,
in these
how they
movies.
mispronounce it. Under the Joya or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Dryar system or the Armageddon.
Yeah. But I still think that the parallel plot lines between the real world and the Lego world really don't make sense if you think about it. But I don't think you're supposed to. You're supposed to understand that not the deeper meaning of the Lego world story, but rather the intentions behind it and what you need to take away. And I think
Yeah.
it's a pretty message of like
Oh
siblings
no,
getting
yeah.
along. It was sweet. Actually, comparing the two endings, which one appealed to your emotions more?
I think this one
Really?
actually, yeah. I think this one had more. It had a. I feel like it had more message of like a sort of a more important meaning that like everything is not awesome, but like we can try to make it better. Than like we can always strive for awesome,
Sure.
which I thought was a pretty good message for like it's realistic,
Mhm.
and they even say that and like also the the everything is awesome song. They bring the Lonely Island back. It's pretty. It's pretty good.
Loved that.
It was. I thought there was so many funny jokes in the credits.
Yeah.
It's. I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
the whole credits
I think
basically.
the credits was probably the best.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
not the best part, but
They
like
say that in the
Mm,
song. They're
they
like,
do,
we only
yeah.
come here for the
I only
credits.
come here for the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ah,
so
the
good.
Lonely Island. How about you? Which message
Or
was
ending. Did you
like
like
or
more?
ending
I like
rather?
the second one more.
Okay.
I kind of warmed my heart more, and I
Sure.
feel like that whole like that is especially that part whenever the brother knocks on his sister's door and
Mm-hmm.
then like in the
Oh.
background you hear like Lucy's message like like we can like go together and like build ourselves up and like get out of the bin essentially. And I don't know, it just kind of like brings everything together. It's so cute. But also I have a question. So do you think that like them giving or no, Emmett giving them the heart like made them right? Or like essentially, but like
Because it made the sister make that world.
yeah, but like what about before in the first Lego movie? Do you remember like those little monsters that are like,
Yeah.
"Hi, like I've come to destroy you."
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So like what dynamic changed?
So okay, what I think that okay, so
That's
remember when the dad was
confusing.
saying your sister's gonna have to come here? I think that was his peace offering, saying that we're gonna share this space, like we can play here together.
Yeah.
Um, so like she already had made those little like Duplo, like monsters,
Huh.
and like because she probably was like maybe 3 or 4. I don't know how old the sister is in this movie.
Oh,
She's very
yeah.
because the kid's got to be
She
like
looks like
maybe 12, 13.
80.
So she's
Oh.
She's
probably
like 5 or 7. She's probably
she's
like three
probably
or
like
four in the
9.
first movie, so she's
Yeah,
probably like
yeah,
10.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like eight
Yeah,
between 8 and 10.
yeah. So she must have already had. So like, think about the logic in these movies is kind of
Nine
you
six.
shouldn't do it. Like you know, you should just
I
go with it.
overthink all the time.
I
So.
do too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I get very upset about technicalities or like specific details in certain movies. Like especially when I don't like a movie, I'll just start like
Tearing it up.
picking it apart. I'm just like,
Yep.
God, I can't. Like, why do I hate this movie? And I'm just like, oh yeah, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing.
But we don't hate this movie. I
No,
think.
no,
No,
I
And that's
would.
I
why
hate it.
it's kind of fine to overlook it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um, like plot holes are for losers.
yo, yeah.
uh,
Just cover them up and drive right over.
oh yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you yet another question. Uh,
Gotta keep talking. We can't have any silence
no, we can't.
at all.
So you said you like the music
Mhm.
and yeah, the visual direction could have done more in my opinion, but I mean, like you said, like it's probably erring on the right side, but still like after seeing uh you know that movie Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, like I wish more movies were willing to break the mold, like just
Oh
taking
yeah.
everything further and further.
I think the
uh
first one actually did
well,
like
yeah.
for an animated movie. This one, not so
Well, I
much.
mean,
There's a shot in the first one. They're like the train, like the track gets blown up, and they're falling off the train
mhm.
track, and it's like another one of those like sort of POV shots. That shot is so pretty where
Do you mean
he's
like with
hanging
the
over the train.
clouds coming? Did that part?
The clouds.
Like,
Liam Neeson is not this movie.
oh
Now that I
yeah.
remember,
He's
was
there, and he goes like or something. But he has no voice lines. Oh, here's another thing. Another spoiler. Will Ferrell is
mm,
not actually in this movie. His voice is
Yeah.
even in the live action.
Yeah.
at all. No actual.
He probably just did everything in ADV one day.
Yeah. They
Uh,
say that in the song in the credits too. They're like,
they did.
they're like, we pay these
These
stars the
hard.
big bucks because they work like a whole 4 hours a day or something.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
who they were
No,
talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah,
the song
like
was
just the voice actors.
so funny.
It's really good. Stay for the credits. People worked hard on that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I love the fact that now people are putting effort into the credits.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Spider-Man's was okay. We
yeah.
keep talking about Spider-Man.
We'll do
So
that
good.
podcast.
Yeah, we will.
someday.
We will.
You're just obsessed.
It's so good.
Both of you, so obsessed.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yep.
But going back to the Lego Movie
Yep.
2, the second part. Oh my God, this just reminded me. I complained to you during the trailers because the trailer for the third How to Train Your Dragon movie came out. I'm like, wait, this doesn't have a number. It just has a subtitle. I'm pretty sure the first sequel was just called How to Train Your Dragon 2. No subtitle. And now the third one has no number and it does have a subtitle. It's like consistency is all I ask for.
I also believe it's the last movie. So like,
So,
well, like I know.
like it's
they
like
should've
the
just
next
called it
Star Wars
3.
movie doesn't have a subtitle. It's just a number. It's like what?
That's what. Oh,
Well,
wait.
the original
I was
movies
trying to think.
were
Solo. I was thinking about Solo didn't have a title crawl. It was the first Star Wars movie to not have a title crawl. So
What's a title crawl?
like the little like, you know, like the yellow lines.
Oh.
Yeah,
the
or like
prologue to the movie telling you what's happening, basically.
Mm.
I don't think I. Okay, I don't mind that as much. But I will say so. Do you remember we talked about this before? Speaking of specific titles, you remember Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado or whatever, and
Yeah.
they just changed it to Sicario, Soldado or Day of the Soldado. But before it was,
was
Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, and you said they should just call it Soldado instead of
Me?
Sicario. Yeah, we had this conversation. I don't know if you remember
I
this.
don't think it was me. I haven't
Oh,
seen
no, it was
Sicario
you.
2.
I didn't see it either. But
Then-
we talked about this in screenwriting class, like early on in the semester last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I-
Okay. Well, either way, that
Okay.
movie
I
had
just
like
want
3
consistency.
title changes. It was Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, and you said that like a soldado.
Oh, okay. I think I was talking about a movie that was into production under the title of Soldado, and I don't know if it was just how like sometimes productions go under a fake name
Yeah.
just so people are not bugging them or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know if Soldado was the
Yeah.
original, well, the fake name so people won't bug them.
Mm.
And then it was revealed that this movie was actually Sicario 2, Day of El Soldado, or
They
whatever.
should just call. I mean, also the funny thing is like some of my friends were calling it Tucaro. So like they just put the. It was good, but like speaking of the trailers for this movie, it becomes very evident that you're in a kids movie because you see the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. At the end of the trailer, Flash Thompson calls him a dickwad, but in this trailer for children, they call it a buttwad. And then there's a trailer for Shazam, and when Shazam is charging people's phones, he's like, "Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged." In the real trailer, the guy says, "What the hell?" And in this one, he just says, "What the?" They just didn't add a
notice
word.
that.
They just cut it
I
out.
mean, they also removed the flossing.
Oh yeah.
Could it be because Floss Kid says that he invented that dance, which he did not?
T.
He
Who
did.
did?
Some random guy on the internet.
Okay,
Like,
so that's the
Mhm.
only one that I don't know.
what do you
Like,
mean?
of the people who are like claiming, because he says he did. Like
He
it-
didn't.
but he swears by it.
He's a liar.
On
He's a
his
kid.
life.
But
Well,
he flossed
whatever. So I don't know if they removed that segment of the trailer just because it was running
So
too
maybe
long
that
for
might be-
theatrical length trailer. In the sense that you're watching this in the theater, or if Floss Kid was just like, "It's my dance. I made it. Give me money."
Or backpacks. Apparently, he's called Backpack Kid, right?
Is he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We just
I
pay
don't
him in
know.
backpacks.
He's a liar. He did not invent that dance. Because I remember in like 2015, I went to a summer camp, and this guy taught me how to floss. The flossing kid didn't even become relevant till like 2017.
Yeah.
So they just make that dance.
I don't know when did Fortnite come out.
Fork knife.
I said Fortnite.
Oh no, I said fork knife.
Oh.
I'm like, we're gonna get all these tags that we can talk about. Just
Oh
quick.
hell yeah!
We talked about Fortnite, flossing. God,
Backpack Kid,
my arm was
Shazam.
just like wide. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. That was special for y'all audience up there. But yeah, like
Going back
going
to
back
the
to the
Lego
trailers
movie.
of the movie experience,
Oh, to the trailers?
or just movies.
Ju-
Go back
just
to the
mov-
Lego
let's-
Movie Part Two.
To the Lego movie.
Lego Two Part Two.
Um, I had fun, I guess. I had low expectations because I wasn't in love with the first one, and I'm pretty sure that helped to enjoy this more thoroughly. I guess my question is, well, we saw a wide variety of animated features trailers before the movies. They all looked like, you know, not Oscar worthy material.
I think How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh
might
yeah,
get
no, yeah,
nominated,
that
but
will definitely get nominated.
of the other ones, I would say no.
Uh-huh.
Just all the uglies.
The Ugly
Oh,
Dolls, and then the Wonder Park, which,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I mean, it didn't look bad, but it just looks like meant for
Mm,
really little
Yeah.
kids.
mm.
So it's
I
like,
think it looked kind of bad.
really?
You think
Yeah.
I think,
just a
I mean,
little
it's
bit.
just like anything that encourages imagination and stuff like that. I was like, I can't hate on it. Like, I don't know.
it's not that I can hate on. It's just like I feel like they should
Like,
have.
I probably won't watch it, but I feel bad because a lot of people probably worked on it.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
like
oh,
a
yeah.
lot of effort went in. So it's just like, I
It
can't.
sucks.
I can't say anything bad about it. Like I won't even say it looked like a bad movie because I feel bad. Like that's just me and my conscience.
I mean, you're not gonna please everyone.
Tear it
Sure,
to shreds.
sure.
Tear it to shreds.
But right now I'm thinking so Lego Movie Part 2. Then this month we get How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World because there's no number anymore.
We're calling it How to Train Your Dragon 3. You heard it first here, folks. Concessions and Confessions doesn't restrict ourselves to subtitles.
Change my mind.
And then Toy Story 4 comes out this summer.
Oh,
That movie's
yeah.
gonna suck. I'm calling
Don't
it.
say that.
I'm calling it right now.
No.
That movie. How can it be good? There's no way they can make 4 that are good.
That's true.
I didn't even like do that much because they almost kill themselves. They
I
literally-
cried.
that was
Steven,
the
I
worst
cried.
thing. And they all like, we're gonna die together. And I'm like, what? No, no, no.
What's
and
wrong?
That's
then
when
you
my
get a
heart
freaking
started
like
sinking.
a freaking
The
Ex Machina.
Little Martians.
Yeah, just
with the hook.
yank them out
The
of the death.
claw.
But they're how did okay? You know why I'm mad? Because it did tug my heartstrings. I'm like,
No,
you're
it
not
did.
gonna make all my characters that I loved as
Yeah.
a child commit suicide on screen in front of me. Like, there's no way. And Andy's going to college, and like I was going to college.
That got me.
You were
that
going
part,
to college.
In
Oh
like
my
2
God.
years, I was going to
No,
college.
that movie came out in 2011. You had like 5
Really?
years to go.
Okay,
Till you
are you
graduated.
sure?
I'm positive.
What?
I think the reason why I cried at
Okay,
that movie
I felt like I was going to college.
was because like when I saw it, I was about to go to college. Like I started super
No, you
late.
weren't.
No, no, she
No,
saw
I
it
saw
later.
it super
Okay,
late,
okay.
Yeah.
like years after it came out.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like it was already
mean-
like on Disney Channel, like that long, and like
Ooh.
my mom was there, and she was like, "Wow, like Andy's going to college, like you're
You're
gonna go to
going-
college," and then I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah.
I just no.
It's okay.
Well, honestly, in the final scene, like, sure, it was emotional, but honestly, if you saw a kid playing with toys, college-aged man playing
Oh,
with
man,
toys,
No,
like, I'd kick his ass, honestly.
Oh.
Like, I'd bully that kid or something.
I think I would. Okay, so
I'll make fun of him.
I have a friend who all three of us know him, and he
Oh jeez.
he likes to collect statuettes, but he doesn't play with them. But it's similar to owning like the pops that I
Well, it's
own,
just like
leave them on
action
my shelf.
figures.
Yeah,
Like,
but like
Like,
this
if
kid-
you
those
saw-
are like toys for children, you know.
and you're playing with, like, a 5-year-old girl.
He was like
Yeah.
in a yard, and I was like, he's like, and remember when the little girl like grabs Woody, and he's like,
It's mine.
bitch. Sorry, I swore. Sorry. But yeah, this. Oh my god, I love that moment where he's like, huh, my Woody. Nobody touched my Woody but me.
I honestly
No, don't
forgot
call
that
it
part.
that.
I actually forgot that part because whenever he's about to drive off and he gives the toys to her, I kept on crying.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. What
But
other animated
what
movies?
other animated movies are coming? Oh, the new Leica movie about the missing link. That's true stop motion.
Interesting.
And I can't remember. Well, I mean, The
Are we
Secret Life of
counting The
Pets.
Lion King?
That is animated. I don't know why
When
they're
is that
calling it
coming
live
out?
action this year.
Summer,
Really?
I think.
Is it summer?
I'm probably just summer.
Probably.
It comes out this year though, but I don't know
But
when.
I don't know what other like animated features are coming
What
out
about that
that could
Pokemon
garner.
one?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I think.
Pokemon.
Oh well, I mean
It's
that's
not-
like half.
That's
That's
why,
live
like,
action.
I don't know,
'Cause
like,
there's people.
I don't know what
Yeah.
counts.
I want to. I bet you they're gonna to make like the Lion King live
Oh,
action. Just
wait,
gonna throw like a baby
wait.
in there or something.
You just made me think something. Could the first Lego movie not be nominated because it's not 100%
Ooh.
animated?
Yeah.
No, I think
Because
the
it has live action.
Well,
And
they
this one
could
even has
do-
more live action than like what I guess my whole talk about talking about other animated movies coming out this year is, do you think the Lego movie is finally going to be nominated for best animated feature? Like
Well-
it probably will, but like I don't know.
if
Especially
Wreck-It
because
Ralph
the
2 got nominated.
the what?
If Wreck-It Ralph 2 got nominated this last
Boss
year,
Baby got
Oh.
nominated.
Boss Baby did get nominated. If those okay, this movie has to be better. It's okay. Is this movie better than Wreck-It Ralph 2?
I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Okay, we saw it together. I know we did. Okay, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Did I talk about this already?
Yeah.
Okay, the weird
previous-
like pedophile relationship that he has. Whatever, it's fine.
It's so
You-
much more prevalent in the second one
It's
because he's like,
horrible.
oh my gosh, he's leaving it. Look,
His
like he gets
insecurities
so mad.
create like a physical being and try to
Yeah.
abduct her.
Oh yeah, like his face, right? Like
The
it's,
whole body,
yeah.
like they're all made of
Oh
him.
yeah,
Remember,
that's
like
right. Yeah.
super weird. But so this movie is definitely better than that pedophile movie, right? They nominated that. Why?
I mean,
I don't
Because
expect
it's
you to. It was a
Disney.
hypothetical question or
I-
rhetorical,
I
but
mean, I liked it.
Okay,
It's
it's a-
Disney.
it is
Of
Disney.
course, it's gonna be nominated.
That's true.
There's
yeah.
one thing in that movie that I love, and it is this little character. He looks like a little like thumb basically, and he has these really long arms that like extend out of his body, like super far. To like he's like, hey, give him this thing or whatever, and like he's like really short. He's like 2 feet tall, and he like reaches all the way up with his super long arm to like Ralph or whatever. Do you remember that?
No, not really.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever.
Steven.
Super
True
funny.
story.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, I don't think
Like, do you
Anything
think this
else?
movie will nominate? Like,
I think
mean,
it'll get
does it-
nominated. I don't think
yeah.
it'll win.
Okay. Well, it's probably gonna go to.
Is there
Pixar.
any like Japanese animated movie, like anime coming mini movie?
I mean, nothing that will probably be qualified to be nominated because of all the, it's got to be screened in either LA or New York for like a week or something.
yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any anime movie that's gonna qualify in
Yeah.
that way. But I mean, yeah, there's a cool couple movies, but they're mostly franchises that are
Yeah.
coming out.
Well, we probably have about like 10 minutes left. So we need to start wrapping it up a little bit.
Let's wrap it up.
So, I guess let's start off with our would you recommend this movie? And we already kind of did
We're
it.
kinda
But
did
like,
it.
all right,
It's
so we
like,
recommend
If you
it.
like the first movie, you're gonna
Watch
like it.
Yep.
If you did, okay. What if you didn't see the first movie? Would you recommend
Don't
it?
watch this movie
Don't watch
until
this
you
movie.
watch the first one.
It'd
Okay.
be a
You're
little
gonna be
bit
really lost, I
confusing,
think
yeah.
so.
Because there's like aspects of this movie that wouldn't make any sense, like
The fourth wall breaks and
the
and
fourth
stuff.
wall breaks. Also, like Emmett having a vision. Like, why does this construction worker have a vision? Like it wouldn't make. I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is definitely a movie for people who have seen the first one.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
I don't think this is the kind of sequel that if you saw the first one and didn't like it, it's gonna change your mind. Like, it's definitely something made for
Yeah.
people who enjoy the first one and want more. This movie's just more, I think, but not in the absurd way.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, oh, let's make everyone, I don't know, like Korra to me is like kind of like example. Like Toph was really special because she was the only metal bender, but in Korra everyone can metal bend, and it's or like
Also,
even
Korra
the-
sucks.
Yeah, you
Or,
looked
like-
really mad. Your face was just like.
or like the only the elite firebenders could throw thunder and lightning
Yeah.
out of their fingers. Now everyone could do it. Like, no one's special anymore because everyone has that ability.
There is a guy who can lava bend. And they never did that in the or did they do that in the first one?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think they ever did it.
No, wait, yeah, they
I
did.
feel like they did.
Yeah, remember when the woman who made the fortune telling, a volcano went off and earthbenders. Well, no, they didn't control the lava. They just made a
directed
ditch. Yeah.
Like, yeah. We saw that episode. Remember that one? The little girl who calls him Angie. And
With
she's
the
like, has
little.
remember her hair?
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
But yeah. I think this
Sorry,
movie gave more of good things. Like it was not. I mean, this is a movie about excess itself. So like, how much is too much? I can't say because this movie is basically all about being excessive and too much of everything, kind of.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Well, I guess that's about it for us. Well, this is our, I guess we kind of tailed off at the end, but this is our review or thoughts about
It's a
Lego Movie Part
discussion.
2. Yeah, just a detailed sort of analysis, whatever.
It's a train of thought
Yep.
centered around the Lego Movie Part 2, but we
We
go off
bleed in
rails for
Yeah.
a while.
about 15 minutes.
But I don't think it was too bad.
Yeah, no,
Didn't
we
go
did
off too
good. We
bad.
did good.
No.
We're good. But stay tuned for next Tuesday when we will be live streaming again. Unfortunately, I don't think our wonderful special guest will be here for that day.
No, it's okay.
Maybe for another one at some point.
I don't know.
So
but
wait, are we watching Alita on Tuesday, or when are we watching Alita?
is it available to watch on Tuesday?
Yes, but it's at 7, and I know you have
At class.
like class ends at 7 for
Yeah.
you, and traffic's probably gonna be really bad.
Mhm.
Is there one at like 8 or 9?
No, there's only one at 7.
Mhm.
We'll see, but if we don't talk about Alita, we may. What would you like to talk about as a backup plan?
Let's see. We could
We
both-
got our you watch, I watch.
We could. How about we do a review for Alita and we watch that one together, but not as for our like we watched it together for our segment of our podcast. And how about we just watch something on Netflix? Like, have you seen Grace and Frankie?
Nope.
It's like a comedy about these older women and
Oh, yeah.
they're sort of like I think rediscovering their youth because their
Yeah.
husbands
Left them or something.
I think their husbands are in a relationship with each other. So
It's pretty funny. I saw one episode with my aunt because she started watching it. It was pretty good. I liked it.
all right, let's just watch like 2 episodes of that.
Sure.
And
Sure.
so we'll be watching Grace and Frankie.
So, to
talking
our
about that.
podcast listeners,
Yeah.
you can now see us live stream on YouTube. Just look up Concessions and Confessions, and you'll find our YouTube channel. We're going to be live streaming, and all of our live streams will be uploaded as a regular video. So, yeah, look us up and subscribe.
Yep. Follow us on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Music, and some other app I don't remember. I'll remember to look that up another time. But we're on a couple platforms. And either way, y'all have a wonderful evening and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.